All right, so y'all remember that R1M that I was rebuilding that was wrecked? Yep, this is it. It has came a long way. The bike has been back together for months. Um, I just kind of been dragging my feet on making a video, which actually kind of backfired because I recorded when we was putting the bike back together, but I think that I accidentally deleted it because I went back through some of my GoPro footage and I couldn't find it, which sucks because I wanted to show the behind the scenes of, you know, what all it took to get this bike back together. Now, the owner of this bike, put the bike back together way cheaper than it probably would to the average person, just due to the fact that we found a guy with an R1M that was basically parting out a lot of the OEM parts. So we got lucky with that for sure. And he made some upgrades to it as well. So in the process of rebuilding it, we changed a lot of performance parts like the chain, the filter, the exhaust. Just added some cosmetic things like that. But believe it or not, this is the exact same bike that was wrecked. I guess I can put some clips in here of the before and then the after. Like I say, sadly, I don't have us rebuilding it, which I hate, but it is what it is.
I haven't made a moto vlog in a long time, mainly because my mic stopped working once I got caught in the rain one day. This video is mainly just going to be me talking about this R1M because if some of y'all remember, I posted up I was going to do a whole rebuild on this particular bike, which we did, but the documentation of it, I don't know what happened. Like I couldn't find where the footage was at. I searched my GoPros. I don't know if I overlooked it or if I deleted it by accident, but I couldn't find it. So I can't give y'all that awesome, process of us replacing parts and doing all this other stuff because I don't know where it's at. But since the bike is done, the bike honestly has been done for a long time. I just busy with life, and I ain't really been posting as much as I used to and a lot of other stuff, but I'm still doing the bikes and stuff. This one we got it back together, made some changes, and I'm doing ECU flash on it and getting it all set up right and all that good stuff. But we got really lucky doing this rebuild on this particular bike because there was a guy that does track days, and a lot of those guys with R1Ms don't like to go and race on their OEM fairings because these fairings for this bike is like 3, 4, 5 grand. It's something crazy like that. And if you go down on this bike, then it's pretty much gonna be total once you start factoring in how much everything costs. But anyway, this is the bike. It's running great. You'll have to watch the first video to see the extent of the damages, but I wouldn't consider it like crazy bad, but it was pretty banged up, and the exhaust had to be changed, the oil pan, the exhaust, the fairings, the lights. What else was on this thing? Just miscellaneous stuff like the air duct the fairing stay. Like a lot of stuff got messed up on this bike, but you know, we got it fixed. And like I said, I hate I don't have the footage, but you know, it is what it is. And it's like 100 degrees. It's been like 100 degrees all week. So coming out during the day like right now is just torture. But it's so nice outside. It's just super hot. The cost to put this bike back together, well, I can't really say the total price because a lot of stuff has been added that was stuff that didn't necessarily need to be added, if that makes sense. But I would say a ballpark figure of what it cost to put this bike back together, I would say it was under, was it under 5 grand maybe? Honestly, I can't remember. I just know it was somewhere. It's either below that or maybe a little bit above that, but I don't think it was like too far off from that number. Because like I say, a lot of the stuff we was able to get pretty pretty cheap, since somebody was already kind of parting out all of the original R1M parts from their race bike or track bike or whatever. So we scored big. Me knowing what the cost is now, like if a normal person was to buy one of these wrecked and tried to fix it on their own, I don't know if I would do it again. Like if an opportunity presented to get an R1M, you know, wrecked or whatever, I don't think I would buy it because the cost is just way more. Now a regular R1, then yeah, sure, we could probably pull that off pretty inexpensively. But one of these, it's like, man, when you have to spend a few grand just on fairings by themselves, that, you know, that's a big turnoff when it comes to this. Because when you're rebuilding bikes, what you're looking for is something that you can put together as cheaply as possible. Because if you're going to rebuild a bike, if you're going to spend just as much as what a new bike would cost, then I mean it kind of defeats the whole purpose, you know. Now if it's some rare bike that you may just have to, you know, whatever, I mean that's cool if you have any other reasons. But just looking at it for a financial standpoint, typically you want to get something that's not too crazy bad, to where if you put like a couple grand or a few grand into it, then it'll make it worthwhile. Because on a lot of these bikes, if you look around, or you know, you can find some stuff pretty inexpensive. And you know, and I love doing motorcycle rebuilds, even though I failed you guys in the past, especially with that Honda. The Honda rebuild was dope. I enjoyed it, but I ended up selling it. I still got the 14. I'm still rebuilding it. I just haven't posted some videos of it. And this bike, you know, I rebuilt and didn't post nothing of it. And I posted the first original video like, you know, forever ago. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, man, but it's just life, you know. Stuff happens, and you know, all my rebuilds didn't go how I wanted to go, and I didn't have the time that I needed to put into doing those rebuild videos how I want to. So that's why a lot of people have asked me, hey, what happened to this? What happened to this? Are you gonna post up the Honda, or are you gonna? Well, that's why I just wasn't able to stay on it like I wanted to. So it just kind of just derailed the whole project. So I'm hoping to get back set up to where I can start back doing that consistently and not spaced out like, you know, it's been, and try to, you know, do it in a more orderly fashion. Man, it was a good idea, well, for me, it's something I really wanted to do. It just was horrible timing. Just the timing of me wanting to do the rebuilds was just bad. And, you know, that's why I haven't been able to, you know, do the rebuild videos how I want to do it. But, you know, hopefully I can get back and do it the correct way, the way I really want to do it, because I love the whole, you know, searching for wreck bikes, or, you know, just seeing the ones that I can, you know, fix up and bring back to life. Like, I love that, and that's kind of what I really want to do a lot more. But, you know, I'm gonna have to get the space and time and resources to do it how I want to do it. It was a big transformation going from what the bike was to what it is now, because I mean, it was pretty bad. I'm not going to hear and say that the bike wasn't in bad shape, because it really was, but for me, I didn't think it was that bad. But honestly, just looking at the photos of the bike before, I mean, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, but I mean, it was bad, but from just a cosmetic standpoint. Like, and outside of the exhaust got pancaked, but you know, everything else was pretty, you know, you just take this broken part off, put this new piece on, you know, it's never nothing that, I mean, it looks more overwhelming than what it really is. When you see a wrecked bike, you probably be thinking like, holy, you know, oh man, it's gonna take so much money, look at that, that's damaged. I mean, but once you start looking at it, and if you're a smart shopper or know where to find parts, and you're a little bit tech savvy, I mean, it really don't take much, man. You just take your time and legit just replace what's broken. Call it a day. So I'm gonna try to post something up with my 14 here soon. I'm most likely just gonna put it back together and sell it, because I really need the space. I just don't have the space. Like, me tuning other people's bikes and working on other people's bikes, you know, it takes away time from, you know, my own personal projects and stuff. So I'm trying to find that happy balance to where I can work on, you know, my bikes maybe certain times of the day, I mean certain times throughout the week, and then on other days I can work on, you know, other people's bikes. I guess I can give a sneak peek of the ZX14. This is, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing finished up, because I've been just slacking. The motor's been out over there for a while, so it's time for me to get this thing put back together. Like, this is, as you can see, a huge project. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the R1M, show you that it was done. Here's my personal R1 over here. I just wanted to just show that. So I'll just catch up with you guys a little later.